On Sunday, I ran the French Riviera Marathon from Nice to Cannes. It was one of the best experiences ever. It was sunny, it was a gorgeous day. The sun was beaming down on me the whole time, which made it a little bit harder, but genuinely one of the best experiences I've ever had. Such a fun day, such a fun time. There was probably about 10 to 12,000 runners, maybe even more. I mean, there was relay teams, there was the marathoners, there was half marathoners. So much going on, such a busy day, but genuinely one of the nicest experiences and best routes you could ever ask for. So let's break down the marathon. It was a great time. Nice is a beautiful place. Even in November, it was 20 degrees. It was sunny. It was amazing. What a nice place. So I arrived at the marathon and it was busy. It was very busy, but it was actually really well organized. You know, I can't fault them for that. I was happy with how everything went. It was very easy to get into your corral. That wasn't a problem. And yeah, the atmosphere was great. It was a great vibe and it was a sunny day. The sun was rising because we started at 8 a.m. I was a little apprehensive and a little bit nervous, but at this point I'd known that all the training was done. And, you know, if there's anything to fill you with confidence, it's you've got to remember, like, you've done all that training. You need to look back on the training and you need to really remember, like, those 30-kilometer runs, they're not nothing. You know, you've put 16 weeks of hard work and struggle and effort and stress and everything into this, right? So you're going to make sure that you get it right. And if you don't get it right, that's okay too. Have fun. That was the goal for me. You know, I was apprehensive, but I just wanted to have fun too. It was a beautiful course. It was a hot day. I knew that going into it. I knew it was going to heat up to 22 degrees, and I knew the sun was going to be on me the whole time. So I knew that it was going to be hard to retain the goal that I had in mind of maybe breaking 3:30. So yeah, we decided we would kick off with that pace anyway. So of course we leave and we're running along the promenade. And we're running under all these palm trees. The atmosphere is great, and yeah, everything was going good. We started out at around 5 to 5:10 kilometer pace, probably more 5:05. So for the first at least 10 kilometers, that's what we were doing. We were just running along, looking, taking in the views, enjoying the atmosphere, remembering it, you know, trying to soak up, like, it's a privilege to run, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to do that in such a beautiful place, and you know, I paid money to be here, so why wouldn't I want to enjoy it? I didn't want to be consumed the same way I was in my training. I didn't want to be consumed with there is a time and I have to achieve it. I wanted to try and achieve it and understand that the conditions today might not allow me to do that. My ability might not allow me to do that. There's many reasons why I won't achieve it. There's also many reasons why I would. But I wanted to be okay with either. I wanted to know that this was my first marathon and I wanted to just go into it and have fun. The thing with running from a point to point is you can never see the end, right? And you're not changing corners and going down different streets and seeing different things, where it's switching up the mind. The mind is having a mental break from seeing something. And I booked the course to run along the coast and see the water, but that was all I saw, really, you know? And part of you does sit there and think it's nice to sort of have a little mental break and see something else. Oh, that's a new building, all that. And although you do get that, it did feel like it went on a long time. Like, we're 10k in and I felt like I was out, you know, so far from Nice. And as we basically got towards what would be the half marathon point, it was just a really long, straight piece of road. Like, it was long and straight. There wasn't really many buildings around, and it was water, and it was a gorgeous day. But my goodness, did it feel like it just went on forever. And I'm still running at a 5:10 pace, maybe even quicker. I know some splits were in the 4s, so my pacing wasn't perfect. I must say that, and that's definitely something to work on, because 10 seconds here and 10 seconds there can definitely make a big difference. But hey, we were having fun and we were enjoying it, and I didn't want to just fixate on my watch the whole time. My heart rate had shot up. I knew that that's why the temperature had affected me, because I was in the 170s halfway through, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's a lot higher than I expected it to be honest. I wanted to try and stay in the 160s, and yeah, 174-ish, yeah, that's a bit too high. Maybe we should try and get that down. So we're going to try and slow it down now, right? Which isn't a negative split. It's definitely not how you do the perfect marathon, but we get to the halfway point, and yeah, I'm starting to feel like I'm comfortable and can continue to go, but I don't know if I can do the full thing that I've just done, the other half, at the same pace as what I've just done, which I think was around 5:08, yeah. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, we could be in a bit of trouble here. But, you know, we're going to keep going. We're going to ease it in a little bit, and we won't negative split, we'll positive split. But that's fine, as long as we can do a good job, you know, as long as we can try and get 3:45, as long as we can enjoy it, you know, that's fine. It's okay. That happens. I'm hoping I haven't burnt myself out all too much at this point. What I didn't realize in the second half was there is a bunch of hills. They're not the biggest hills, it's not the steepest of inclines, but there definitely were some. And going into the quaint little town of Antibes, it definitely started to become noticeable. You know, there were hills. It was an ancient little town, and yeah, damn, that really takes it out of you, doesn't it? You know, you see a hill and mentally, oh, you're not there. I was not ready. But we enjoyed it, we pushed through it, and Antibes was really the hardest part, you know. There was no real support on the course through Antibes. It was very quiet. We're going up hills, it's very quiet. I mean, it's still beautiful views, stunning views, but it was hard. And that was from about 21k, so about the halfway point, until maybe 32, 33k. So that was actually quite tough. And at 28k, I stopped. I stopped to walk, right? And that's unexpected for me. I didn't plan for that. I didn't really want to do that, but that hill, it has a Strava segment, and it's literally called Break the Wall. It just threw me, and I was not prepared, and it went on for a long time. So, although I didn't walk the whole thing, I did stop and take a little breather a little bit. You know, there were people passing out too. So that was also a little bit concerning, and I didn't want to be that person. So I was making sure I was taking my water, I was taking my gels. I took gels every 6 kilometers. I took the Morton gels. I also had 2 bottles on me. I had one which I carried from the start, and then one which I picked up from my girlfriend, who was watching and trying to make her way around the course, although that was also tricky for her. And they were full of Humantra electrolytes. So that really also, I'm assuming, helped me stop cramping, because I wasn't really cramping along the course. My legs were very fatigued after the 30k mark, for sure, but at no point did I really cramp as such. But yeah, once I'd stopped to sort of walk around that 28k mark, I knew that, okay, I'm a bit more tired than I expected now, and it's getting hotter, and we're maybe in a little bit of trouble. So we readjusted the goalposts, it wasn't about a time anymore. It was about, let's get this done and let's have some fun, but this is going to be tough. So yeah, getting through Antibes was the hardest part. And I got through Antibes, and I was expecting to see my girlfriend on the course. However, she was there, I was there, we didn't even see each other. I'm in a video, she films the thing, but we didn't even notice we were there. So that was a shame, because I really could have done with the support there. I was struggling. So basically, the last 10k, we're trying to make our way from Antibes to Cannes. And yeah, the support has definitely picked up at this point, which is great because it was much needed. I am slowing down at some of the water stations. I'm throwing one bottle of water over me, and then I'm using the other to drink. I'm still taking gels. But yeah, my energy is depleting, and I'm struggling now. So we're, 34, 35k in, and guess what? Guess who I see? So I've set off thinking I can probably do between 3:30 and 3:40. So I've set off a bit faster than 3:45 pacer, even though I started behind him. Guess who comes up behind me? That's right, the 3:45 pacer. So I'm thinking this is a tortoise and hare situation, and I'm trying to cling on for life. So I cling on to the 3:45 pacer, and then guess where we get to? We get to more rolling hills, and oh my, I couldn't cling on. I tried my hardest, and I definitely didn't film as much within the second half of this marathon because I was really trying, but I couldn't cling on, and he beat me. So I didn't even get 3:45. But it's okay, we enjoyed it, and we did it, and we've learnt a lot, and it was fun. It was fun. It was a beautiful day, and it's something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. It was really, really good. It's a privilege to be able to do these things, and it's a privilege to be able to run in such a beautiful place like the south of France. What a first marathon, but we end up running to Cannes, and I meet Michelle is waiting for me at the finish line, spurring me on, and that really helps. And they sort of have, it's not a red carpet, but they have a blue carpet as you're running down the finish line. We crossed the line, 3:49, not what I'd hoped for, not what I think I'm capable of. I think I trained for harder, I think I was capable of more, but we took a lot away from it, and we really enjoyed the experience. So let's talk about some of the equipment that I used for this marathon. I decided that I was going to go, I just went for full Nike outfit, really. I liked the vest. It was very breathable and very cool, which I needed on the hot day. And I love running in half tights. Half tights are way better than shorts, and the ones I ran in were lined, so super ideal. Really enjoyed them. I decided not to run with carbon plated shoes. I'd used them in the half marathon that I'd done, but I hadn't really trained in them all too much, and that's something that I would change going forward into my next marathon. I definitely would train in them. So I decided to play it safe, and I went with my new pair of Super Blast 2s. They held up brilliantly. Couldn't complain. The shoes were phenomenal, and they did more than enough for what I needed. My legs felt fine. I didn't feel like I felt weak. I mean, I'm sure a little bit of energy return from the carbon plate would have made a difference, but genuinely was really happy with my choice. And I wore Solomon belt, I had the camera, my phone, I had my bottle, I had all my gels on me, and that was absolutely fine too. Really ideal, lightweight, felt good. Fueling, yeah, so we had 6 gels over the entirety of the race, one every 6k, and it seemed to do the job. Before it we had one of the Morton solid bars, that also did the job, and I woke up in the morning, I had breakfast, I had granola and milk, I had a banana as well, and some syrup on that. I don't feel like there was any problems with my nutrition or my fueling. It was okay. I mean, maybe there are things that would make it better, but there weren't things that felt bad about it, So the training looked good. We spent 16 weeks, and most of those weeks we got a few above 70. Most of them were above 60. So we got a decent amount of mileage in for a first marathon, and I was really happy with how it was looking. So an average week for me would look like this. Monday would be a rest day. Tuesday would generally be a tempo run, and then a strength session, that would be lower body. And then Wednesday would be another easy run, Thursday another easy run, and then Saturday would be my long run. This would probably include some speed, I would do little blocks of 5Ks, or maybe we would do progression runs. It would change up depending on whatever I was recommended to do via my plan. And then Sunday would be another strength session. This one was a lot longer because generally I wasn't running. So this would be a full body workout and a little bit more intensity, as long as I could handle it. And then back to Monday, which would be another rest day. So that was kind of the layout of how my training runs went and my workouts. I didn't really miss many strength workouts. I missed a few, especially towards the end, and maybe got one in rather than two some weeks. But for the most part, I did all right, and I got most of the runs. I ran 4 times a week. For my next block, I'd probably be looking to up that to 5 times a week. I think that would be like a lot better. But yeah, to get 4 times in, I was happy with that. 8 a.m. final longest run, you know. We're doing 33k today, hopefully. On my way to Run Club. It's 7 a.m. on a Saturday. Long run day, we actually got some sun, so 28k on the agenda. We're in a new park, kind of just making it up as we go along and hoping for the best. What a gorgeous day, but this run's not going as expected, but that happens. Made it down to the track for a little track session today. Morning long run, 22 kilometers. All right, 15k on the cards today.